All right, so we have another trade, an interesting trade. Joe Mixon is now the running back for the Houston Texans, as he's actually coming off of a 1,000-yard rushing season, which I didn't realize. I was surprised to see that. But I didn't think he was quite as good last year as he had been in previous years. I think part of it is, Joe Burrow did go down, obviously, so that kind of takes the attention off the passing game. More attention gets put on him. Like if you use Pro Football Focus grades as an indicator, this was his second lowest graded season of his career, but it wasn't like a massive drop off. There was kind of a bit of a drop off, and you do have to wonder how much of that was simply situation. Now, it was announced Joe Mixon was going to be cut by the Cincinnati Bengals as they went with Zach Moss. They're trying to get younger at a position that every team seemingly is trying to get younger at. After that, it was announced just now that the Houston Texans actually decided to trade for Mixon. And I do wonder, it's one of those weird things where, like, how does this happen? And maybe a lot of people are wondering, why would you trade for a player who's about to get cut? Why not just sign him? Well, if he's a free agent, you have to then make him say yes to you, right? Which means you usually might have to throw more money than you would already have to throw at him. You might have to, outbid other teams. Maybe you have the Carolina Panthers offering him way too much money, just trying to be competitive, and now you're in a bidding war with them. This way, you can kind of sidestep that. Obviously, you have to take on the contract that the Bengals are not willing to take on. I don't know exactly what the details would be. I'm assuming the Texans are just going to say, hey, we just want, what you're still paying what you owe him, and we're going to pay the rest, which means that they would basically have him on a 1-year, $6 million deal, which is not a bad deal for someone like Mixon. And I do think Houston, would like to add another guy in the running back room, as Dameon Pierce did not have a great season last year. This is an interesting signing for a guy who is still just 27, which in running back years feels like it's 47, but still, that's still it's an interesting move. And again, I'm imagining they're not giving up much. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's like they give up a 6th round pick and they get a 7th round pick back, kind of thing. Maybe they'll get a pick. The Bengals, I'm sure they would like to get a pick, but I don't know. I doubt it's going to be anything crazy in this scenario, but you'll probably get some value. So for Cincinnati, hey, massive win. If someone wants to give you something for a player you were going to just get rid of, sure, we will take that something. And for Texans, I think they get a better deal out of this. So while it's a little weird that it worked out this way, I actually think it makes a lot of sense. And I do think that Mixon could be a good player for Houston. And again, this is kind of my whole, why you don't have to draft a running back in round 1, right? Because you can get a guy like Joe Mixon and just, trade for him for probably very little draft capital and not have to pay him a lot. So kind of a smart move, good team building stuff by the Houston Texans and the Bengals, who wanted to get younger at the position. Makes sense from both sides, I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.